Do not be afraid. Christ is here.
Right boys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you how to rehabilitate your knees with specific regards to realigning your knees. Now for me, I have an issue with my knees due to the fact that I had a misalignment in my feet. I was walking incorrectly due to an injury that I had in my tendons, which then led to, over time, due to weightlifting, my knee becoming misaligned. Essentially, my knee was, let's pretend this is my knee, it's sitting straight. After walking slightly outwards, my knee began to push outwards. Weight training resulted in the muscles reinforcing that misalignment, and subsequently my knee was pointing outwards like that. And so for an extended period of time, I was wearing tape, I was taping up my knee, and then I was performing rehabilitative exercises in order to realign my knees. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you those exercises, and then if you have also got misaligned knees or you would like to improve just general knee strength, you can follow along and you do these exercises too. They work very well. The predominant focus is knee over toes. However, there is also some flexation of the knee through other means. What I've done is I've pre-recorded a whole bunch of different clips, and I'm going to be taking breaks from me speaking to show you guys the exercises themselves, as well as how to apply the tape in order to realign your knees. So let's begin by showing you that tape application. So the physiotherapy involved me taping over my, well, firstly, it involved me pushing my knee, so make it soft for a sec, pushing my knee cap, or my knee, cap, across it over to the left to realign it back into place, and then taping over that, okay, so forcing the knee to be back in its socket. And then I would have to do several exercises which involve the flexation of the knee, okay, in order to train it to come back into place. I would then also leave the tape on for multiple hours throughout the day. After around 6 months of doing this, my knees both ended up being correctly aligned. If I stand up now, you may see a bit of a difference between the two, okay, but this is the one that's damaged. But you know, they're both, this one's actually still a little bit misaligned, but it's fine. I have no issues with it now. It does click a little bit every now and then, but there's no pain, so it's all good. Anyhow, you are going to go through the exercise of realigning your knees. You need to find some rehabilitative tape, okay? It's just regular tape. The main difference between this and sellotape is that this will stick to your body very easily, and it will not come undone. Tape that is specifically designed for physiotherapy is also capable of being stretched. Let me demonstrate. So, here it is, okay? And you can pull it, okay? So if you've got it stuck around you, on you for example, you can pull it a little bit. It has a bit of slack, okay? The idea being that your joints are fluid, okay? They're designed to move. You don't want to tape up your knee so that you can't move it. That's not the intention here, okay? So, what I would personally do is look at the tape on your knee, okay, and allow a little extra just so that you have that wiggle room. And then that is going to be about it for me. So, 3.5 cubes. Words. Okay, got 1 line of tape. Shall I stand up? No, I won't stand up as I do this because I need my knee to be soft. And if you're standing up on your knee, you're going to find it harder to push it back into place. So keep my knee nice and soft. And it does help you have a bit of a flexation here. So you can see my knee's not outright like this because that's basically engaging the knee. It's kind of like, imagine trying to move your bicep muscle when you've got it tensed. It's not going anywhere. Same thing with the knee, okay? So make sure it's nice and loose. Then what I'm going to do, I don't know if you boys can actually see this, let me just put you like that for a sec. I'll put it back up afterwards. Put you like that for a sec. My knee is pointing out this way at the moment, so I need to realign it back centrally. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of tape on the lower half of my knee, and watch this. So it's not stretched, it's not flexated, sorry, like that, it's soft. As I push, watch what I'm going to do. Look at my knee. See, I'm pushing my knee back into its socket. Okay, so push, 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 push. As I'm doing that, I'm pulling a little bit on this tape. Let's see, I've got it locked in the correct position here. Bringing it down and boom. That's it. Okay, now I'm going to remove. Yeah. You boys can't hear this, but we can get close to the camera. You should be able to. I don't know if you can hear it. What's happening now is essentially my knee is clicking as I do this. Okay, that's fine. Nothing to be concerned about. The only reason this is happening for me right now is that I haven't done this in several months. And what's most likely happened, I have been using other preventative measures to prevent the injury from coming back, such as insoles in my shoes, but what's likely happened is that my knee has slightly misaligned again, and as I've just taped it up now, for the first time in a long time, my knee's clicking a little bit as it gets used to being back in the correct groove, okay? That's all that's happening. Now, as I said at the beginning, even though I am qualified to do physiotherapy, I am not your physiotherapist, okay? I'm just showing you something you can do if you have knee misalignment. But if you start experiencing pain, discomfort, if you're getting this clicking, okay, and it's not expected, if it's unexpected, stop. Go and see an actual physiotherapist who knows you, okay, knows about your circumstances, and get their advice. So, anyway, I've put tape on the bottom half of my knee. Now I'm going to put it on the top. So, this, well, not even if you want, what I would just recommend is overlapping a little bit, okay, pushing back on that knee again, making sure that you're pushing it in the direction that you want to align your knee towards, keeping the pressure down, keeping a slight pull on the tape, and then voila, perfect. This is how I'm trying to do this, isn't it? This is crazy. So let me keep that nice. Brilliant. That's perfect. Perfectly applied, okay? A little bit loose on the edges, that's fine. If this is the case for you, you can either just kind of rip it off a little bit, or you can just use some real tape and then stick it down with real sellotape if you want. But that's fine. But listen. But there is clicking occurring, and that's no worries, okay? What I'd recommend is that if this is your first time or your first few times doing this, don't go running, okay? Cycling is very good, very low impact on the knees, and if you're realigning your knees cycling, actually doing this movement here over and over again as you do with your cycling will help your quad almost kind of train your knee back into place doing that. Okay? The reason I say don't do running is that I did a lot of running when I initially was retraining my knee, and it worked, but it fucked up my meniscus doing that. Okay, it really caused some damage to my meniscus. Yeah. So if you are realigning your knees, please do not do high impact sports whilst you're training them with the tape on. Okay, if you want to go running, fine, take the tape off. Okay, but I'd recommend just for the 4 weeks, whatever, whilst you're doing this, just don't go running. You'll be fine. Do cycling, okay, do swimming. Many sports you can do that are low impact on the knees. Brilliant. Now we're going to be showing you the first exercise that you'll be doing with the tape on your knees, and this involves wall sits. A wall sit is essentially you put yourself in a 90-degree angle with your back pressed firmly against the wall, as if you're sitting on a chair. However, there is no chair, you're just using your knees and your quads to support your body weight. The primary focus here is ensuring that your quads go over your toes so that your whole body is aligned in a straightforward manner. You do this exercise for 3 sets for 10 seconds each time, and that is pretty much it. So I'll put that clip up now. We're not pussies, boys. All right, we're going to go a bit longer than 10 seconds. All right, maybe you at home might want to go for 10 if you're an older person, or if your knees are particularly bad, but we'll be fine. So we'll sit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not bad. Right, I'm just going to go for 12 again. In the actual booklet, they're advising you to do the wall sit with your hands like this, okay, against the wall, jaw to the side. Just don't do this. Just keep your hands anywhere else. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Basically, boys, all we're doing with all of these exercises is essentially knee over toe. Okay, it's nothing like reinventing the wheel. We're literally just putting the knees over the toes. As we're doing this, we're training the knee to come back into the correct place, so that rather coming over the toe like this, it's coming over the toe like that. Nice. So that was the first. It's just sitting against the wall, 10 seconds, knee over toe, and then come back up. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to move on to the second exercise, and that involves single leg extensions with weight. Now, you could use a can of soup, you could use a milk bottle, or you could use, as I have here, a dumbbell in your sock. It doesn't really matter what the weight is, it just matters that it's under 2 kilograms and that you are fully extending your leg all the way up. So you can see in the upcoming clip that I've got my hand under my leg. This is to ensure that my legs are raised and that I can do a full leg extension. Okay, let's show you that. So what I'm doing, the weights are tucked into my sock. Okay, whether you use a can of beans or an actual dumbbell. I personally just use a tiny dumbbell, tucked it into my sock. I'm locking my leg out and then bring it back in. I'll do this 20 times in total. 7. 8. 9. Just raising my leg up a little bit just so I'm not dragging my foot along the floor. That makes sense. So boys, hope everyone's doing well. You know, just whilst I'm getting the last 4 here. Have a good Christmas. A good New Year's. I don't know if you got any resolutions or anything, but if you have, whack them down in the comments. I'd like to hear them. Truly would. Okay, now, as always, we're going to do both sides. I know what you're thinking, but Jeff, I'm not even injured on the left side. Why would I bother doing that? Or Jeff, I'm not even injured on the other knee. Why would I bother doing that? Boys, it's for consistency, okay? What you don't want is to overdevelop one knee. You know, overtrain one side, develop a muscle imbalance. Everybody's favourite word, that, muscle imbalance. I had a man at the gym come up to me and he said, "Oh mate, I just want to let you know, I think you're in serious danger here of getting a muscle imbalance." I said, "Mate, what are you talking about? A muscle imbalance? I'm not really overtraining one side more than the other." And he said, "Well, I've seen that you've done this a couple of times now. When you're doing the dumbbell press on the bench press, so flat bench, dumbbells, you're getting more reps with the left side than you are with the right. And you've done that in 2 sets. I understand his logic, okay? His logic, he doesn't know me, he doesn't know my style of training. He's just seen me do that and he's thinking, shit, this guy is at serious risk of injuring himself, because if he does this all the time, he's going to develop a muscle imbalance, become tighter on one side, get injured, and then, you know, not be able to train." And so I appreciated that he was telling me this out of a place of care and consideration, but I don't know. Maybe it was a bit egotistical of me, but I didn't want to hear it. I know how to train. I knew why I was training, how I was training, and yeah, logically speaking, if I'd have trained like that every day my whole life, I probably would have a muscle imbalance, but the likelihood of getting a muscle imbalance is so small. So small. I can imagine training a whole life. I can imagine training very intensely for a long period of time without developing a muscle imbalance. It's quite difficult to do, to be honest. I have tendonitis in my right forearm. Trained my left forearm for 4 months, 5 months, before I eventually gave up and decided to take a prolonged break from the gym. And I didn't have a muscle imbalance then. So it's quite difficult to do, really. The point of the story is that I just don't think they're that serious, really. I don't think you're at that great risk of getting a muscle imbalance. Because it's gonna happen, you know? You know? Do 3 more. Okay, now you may have noticed I did both legs, even though both legs aren't injured. That's just to prevent any further misalignment and to ensure that you are training both legs equally in order to prevent any misbalances. The third exercise that you do for realigning your knees is a single leg squat with your leg out the front. So you'll put one leg flat on the floor. You'll ensure that your knee goes over the top of your toes, and then the front leg will be sitting out in front. So what you can do here is either stand on a chair or a slightly elevated surface, such as a stair, if you've got stairs where you live. And all you're going to do is a front squat. You're not going to go all the way down, you're just going to go down as far as it's comfortable on your knee. As soon as you start feeling a build-up of pressure, you know you've reached the right point. And you're going to do this, I believe it's 10 times. And you'll know however many times it is in the video, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 times. So let's load that video up now. Maybe just bounce using your fingertips on the ceiling, like that, okay? Or if you want to just lean on the wall, that can help as well. Or if you want to be a bit crazy and do it with no hands, that's fine. But you're not going to get any extra points for doing that, because the main focus here is just bringing the knee over the toes, okay? So. And 10. Okay. Yeah, so it was 10 repetitions, and that marks the end of the third exercise. The fourth exercise that we'll be doing is almost like a single leg lunge. Again, similar to the first, but this time you're just going to be putting your foot off the back of the surface. So the video will be more explanatory than me actually trying to explain it. But again, make sure that your knees are over your toes. And all you'll be doing is coming down again to a point where it's comfortable and then standing back up. This time you'll be doing this exercise for 20 repetitions in total. The main focus here is ensuring that your knee goes straight over the toes and therefore you're not reinforcing any misalignments that you do have. Okay, let's look at that video. And again, boys, make sure you do it for both legs. Okay, I know it's a unilateral exercise, but make sure you do both legs. All right, let's get it. The next one is essentially backwards. So straighten one leg out behind you, knee over toe again, and then back up. Okay, I'm going to go and lean against the wall here. You want to lean against anything, totally your choice, but again, just whatever works for you. The main focus is getting the knee over the toes, not your balancing. 20 repetitions this time. Okay, the next exercise that we'll be doing is almost like a squat again, but this time the leg that you're not doing the squat with is going to be pointing out to your side. So we've done it from the front, we've done it from the back, and now we're going to be doing it from the side. All you're going to be doing here is very similar to the initial front squat with the single leg, but this time you'll just be putting one leg out to the side. So here's your legs. You've already done one with the leg forward, you've done one with the leg back, and you're doing one with the leg to the side. That's all you're doing. And you'll do this for, I want to say it's 20 reps, it may be 10. However many reps it is in the video, that's how many it will be. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, let's get it. Just sideways, 1 foot off, so difficult. Okay. Yep, it was for 10. And so the next exercise, this is the penultimate, is that we're going to be doing just regular leg extensions for 20 repetitions, holding something in between your legs. This is to reinforce your knees strength, okay? And this is another vital one to do. So what you want to do is grab a ball. It could be tennis ball, could be a football, could be, as I'm going to use, a full-on yoga ball, huge. Medicine ball, anything like that. Hold it in between your feet and then perform a leg extension for 20 repetitions, okay? Let's get it. Okay, and then last but certainly not least is the squat. Now the vital part here, the vital component of this squat is that you are doing it unweighted and you are doing it knee over toes, okay? Normally with squat you focus on certain things. You may even have your knees pointing outwards a little bit when you squat, but for this exercise you're going to be ensuring that your knees go directly over your toes, okay? That is the core of this exercise. It's the final one you're going to be doing, boys. You're going to be doing it for 20 repetitions. Go down quite deep. I go down slightly past 90 degrees here, but just go down as far as it's comfortable, okay? And that marks the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just a short one, basically showing you how you can realign your knees, because this is something that I personally had to deal with just due to my own injuries and then reinforcement of those injuries. And it's something that I know a lot of brothers also deal with. So I thought putting that knowledge out there for free is a good thing. All the exercises were recommended by the NHS physiotherapist. I am, of course, capable of doing physiotherapy, but I also want to point out that I didn't come up with this particular rehabilitation program. That was by the NHS. And I'd also like to make a final comment that, of course, when you are doing any type of rehabilitation or anything like that, just consult somebody first, okay? Because I don't know if you've got misaligned knees or if you've just got bad joints. I'm not your physiotherapist. I don't know you personally. I haven't seen your knees. I haven't seen your health. And so when you are doing these type of exercises, please just consult a professional that can actually assess you individually first. Just a disclaimer, I don't want anyone to sue me in 20 years time or something saying, oh, Jeff misaligned my knees, Jeff broke my knees, you know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, boys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hasta mañana, mis gringos. Adios.